We have some Braziers, our channel members, who have suggested that we go and see SteamBoat. So that's what we're going to do, which is weird because I thought it was in Colorado and we're in New York.
Well, it makes me wonder. Yeah, it makes me wonder. Oh, I wonder. Oh, I just wonder.
So we're actually at Lake George, New York, and we're about to ride the Minnie Ha Ha.
Which is a really cool steamboat. Let's go check it out. Got some interesting facts off the top of my head.
Of course you have.
So,
Already forgotten. There's a hair in your mouth. That's really that must be so uncomfortable. It's on your tongue now. No, like on the side. Yeah.
what, my beard hair?
Yeah.
Oh.
Ew.
That's a good point, Natalie, because I saw a lot of people on the boat. You yawned.
Oh,
okay. It was amazingly. I got hair in my mouth.
I see. I told you you swallowed it. We'll get through this eventually.
So, no, that was interesting. It was very relaxing on the boat.
It was.
And did you notice that anyone with there was a lot of men holding babies asleep on their chair?
I did notice that. Yeah.
It was
very relaxing.
Yeah. It was very funny. Anyway, so we just did the boat ride. It's about an hour long. You literally go, what, a mile?
Yeah.
Up the lake and back, which is interesting because it doesn't look like the lake's that long, but it's actually 35 miles long.
Isn't it 32?
Could be, off the top of your head. And you can see the mountains in the background there, but it actually goes round and through the mountains, so it goes on forever.
Adirondacks.
Adirondacks, we don't really know what that is yet.
No, I think it's just a nature preserve of New York. I don't really know.
Okay, alright, cool.
That's where we are anyway.
That's where we are. Really good, we're about to go get some food, but also the coolest thing, I walked around the boat a bit, and they have an open engine room so you can see it.
That's cool.
And so I got talking to a guy and he was telling me some interesting facts, and they are now in my head and they will come out off the top in one moment. So off the top of my head, the tour company's been going for quite a long time, since the early 1900s.
Yep.
And they built the Minnie Ha Ha for tourism in the 1960s, I think.
Okay.
Anyway, the guy I was talking to, he did a whole bunch of maintenance on it in the 90s.
Okay.
They didn't just do maintenance though. Do you know what they did? The Minnie Ha Ha was much shorter and they extended it by 35 feet.
Oh, I heard that, yeah.
In the middle of the boat.
Yeah.
And the guy I was talking to was the guy who welded up the actual frame for it.
Fun.
How cool is that?
Very cool.
Do you know the other thing? They were originally going to do, you can have side paddles on the side.
Yeah.
This one is actually on the back, but traditionally they would have been on the side because the engine would have been in the middle, and then you would have the prop that goes through and it would turn it.
Makes sense.
So they were going to do that, but it made it too short and fat. So they voted to go for the back one, and so they did that. How cool is that?
Very cool.
Anyway, the guy was lovely. He was telling me all about it and what was going on in the engine room. And
That's nice.
yeah, and there was some guy in there, he's got the best job in the world. He just sits in the engine room and sleeps.
This is aging us a little bit though, because they keep playing this little Steam song, and both me and Lawrence looked at each other and were like, oh my goodness, it's like Mickey Mouse.
It is like Mickey Mouse.
It looked black and white, it wasn't even in colour.
Yeah.
Dancing on the steamboat, like that's all it reminds us of. So I don't know what year that was, but that made me
was
giggle.
like 30s, I guess. Alright, so what did you think anyway, Natalie?
For $20, it's worth it. It was alright, yeah.
It was good. It wasn't that interesting.
No.
Really. We're just giving you our honest opinion.
I wouldn't have paid any more than $20.
It was dead relaxing when there wasn't kids kicking our chairs and stuff.
A lot of children.
There was a lot of kids on the boat. But yeah, for $20 a person, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
It was definitely
just to
putting
say
me
I've been
sleep.
on a steamboat.
Yeah, and we have been on Lake
George, which is named after the King of England. And we're about to find out a lot more interesting facts about this place, because it seems like a lot of it's pretty British.
Yep, check this out. So this is Fort William Henry, and in 1755 they put this place up. It was a British fort, so there is a lot of British flags around here. We were going to go in and give you a tour, but it's $25 a person, and we paid $20 for parking, and then we did the steamboat ride, so
it's an expensive day.
We're way over budget, and we had lunch. Oh, it was good lunch. Anyway, this is really cool because so this was a British fort that was built here in 1755, but in 1757 the French came down from Canada.
Yep.
And there was less than 500 British soldiers here with something like 11 cannons, and 8,000 French came down. There were actually Indians as well.
Okay.
The British and native Indians, we fought together against the French. But yeah, so the French just absolutely massacred us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's why it was only here 1755 to 57, where it's only British controlled in those times.
So I wonder why they advertise it as that then, when really it's a French fort.
Basically. But there was the problem is we haven't done the tour. There was one little bit inside that we read this.
Yeah, true.
Sorry, this came
facts.
straight off the top of my head. But my knowledge stops there. So yeah, so we're not going to do the tour, so we're sorry about that.
But I mean, if you're in the area and you really like forts, you should do
What we
the
should
tour.
do, if there's any other YouTubers, can you come and do the YouTube tour and not the steamboat, and then just watch our video of the steamboat and you do the tour?
And then we can watch a video of the tour.
Yeah. So even though you can't get into the fort unless you pay, there is what they call a cemetery here. It's not a cemetery, it is a wooden shed, but it's very well done. And this is because when they were excavating the site, the archaeologists and things, they found a lot of graves and a lot of bodies and a lot of remains. So all of the remains that were collected were moved out of the fort, and they were put here into this dedicated place to commemorate them. And there are some fantastic photos on the wall here of them excavating it. I don't know whether fantastic's the right word. It's quite creepy, but interesting. Yeah, how when they found them. This wasn't very long ago, right? This was in the mid-90s, I believe.
1953.
1953. There you go. Thank you, Natalie. And so you can see all the remains, how they were buried. There was even one where you can actually still see the musket shot in his elbow. That was likely one of the causes for his death.
Yeah, you can see cause of death, which is weird.
On these.
And fascinating.
Anyway, this is free. You can come and see this. It's very cool. So here you can see they're they're clearing up all the bones and things. For RVers, not happy about this, that is a bench there. We eat our dinner on that bench, and they're just raking off human remains on it. Bone juice. Also, by the way, we paid $20 for parking. There's a conference centre here. I'm guessing that's free.
Oh yeah, so park up by the fort.
Park here, not down by the water. Alright, so that's it. We're going to cut it short.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. I'm going to put a playlist up here that we think you will enjoy. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the thanks button because Natalie loves it. And if you'd like to become a Braziere, support a couple of tits and be a channel member, you can hit the join button. Thank you to everyone below for everyone who has already done that. We do appreciate you very much. That was pretty smooth, wasn't it?
That was very smooth. Very impressed, especially after that lunch.
Yes. Okay, we'll see you next week.